Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Huncho here, back with another video. Today's video is really nice because Fortnite finally listened to us and allowed us to choose what builds we want in performance mode. So I'm going to walk you through not only how to turn that feature on and off, but also some benchmarking I've already done this morning. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. So once we've loaded up into Fortnite, and you're in performance mode, you'll see that there is this new setting called meshes. Now you can only change this setting when you're in this main screen menu here. Once you load into a game, you can't change it. So you have to make sure that you have this set before you go into the game, before you go into creative. Otherwise you won't be able to change it and you're gonna have to go back to the lobby. As you can see, I'm now in creative. And if I go to the settings, the meshes is grayed out and I can't change it. So the one thing that I've noticed the meshes on high is you finally get the bubble wrap builds back. The game feels just as good as it did before, if not even better. So now when I'm looking at this wall here, get one that's already built over here, and I'll hit this one with a pickaxe. When you change the textures to say epic, and you're looking at this wall, we're gonna go back to low. It's hard to tell the difference between low and epic, and I do have the high resolution textures downloaded when you're looking at something that's fully built. However, when you're looking at something that's hit once or it's been shot a few times, the difference between low and epic, I feel like when it's on low, you can actually see through the builds better. The epic almost makes these like bluish colors sharper, which makes it harder to see through. So when I turn it to low, it's almost more of a transparent color. Now that I'm back in the lobby again, I can change the meshes to low. And I'm going to load back into creative to show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have textures on low with the meshes on low here. Oh no, the mobile builds. This is not what we wanted to see. I'm going to talk about when you should use the mobile builds in a second. But first, I just want to compare the builds on the different texture resolutions. So when we're on low and you're looking at the hit wall compared to the wall that's fully built, between low and epic, it's still a mobile build. It's just awful. Please don't use this unless you really have to. There's really no difference between low and epic when you have the mobile builds on. So now I want to go over the results from my benchmarking and what you should use if you have a low NPC or a high NPC or even somewhere in the middle. I put the results in a text format rather than graphs because I think it's easier to see the concept that I'm going for here. So the maximums are like 95% and the 5% is the low. I did it standing still and then running in a straight line, building up with stairs and floor, and then turning around and running back the same direction. I wanted to be able to compare between the low and the high for the new setting in Fortnite. So you can see when I'm on the low mesh on the left side here, I'm getting about 15 to 20 FPS higher, not only in the maximum FPS, but also in the average and the lows. And you can see a big discrepancy now when you look at the maximum on low and medium textures when building compared to when you're building with the mesh on higher. You definitely get a much higher performance with the mobile builds, but I feel like if you have a high-end system or even a medium-end system, you're really handicapping yourself because of the visibility through your builds. So I would recommend that you should only use the mobile builds or the low mesh setting if you have a low NPC to where you can't hold the FPS that you want. So if you have a 240 Hz monitor and you can't sit at 240, then go ahead and try using the mobile builds, and maybe you're going to see that you're hitting more shotgun shots and your game feels much smoother. Otherwise, I would definitely keep that mesh on high, or even if you don't like that, just use DX11. You're going to have much better visual quality compared to using the mesh on low, and it's going to help you not only for end game rotations, but for fights when you have lots of builds that are being shot at and broken and having to build sporadically throughout a fight. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope these settings and benchmarking help you out in Fortnite. Hit that subscribe button and leave a like if you haven't already. Peace out.